Hi everyone, good morning. So welcome back to history classes, ancient history. So we had yesterday I had introduced you to the syllabus and we already completed Stone Age. Isn't it? Hope none of you have problem there. Is it fine, online students, all of you? How many of you are here? Okay. So yesterday we had learned that initially humans uh, were had nomadic lifestyle. Later they started settling down, isn't it? So by Neolithic period, people now formed communities, isn't it? And they started the village life. Agriculture has also been started now. Domestication of animals has also been started, right? And they have seen a lot of improvements in stone tools, starting from hand axes, blunt hand axes, um, then to flakes, then blades, then microliths, then polish tools. Okay, so they've learned polishing also. And in Neolithic period, they started living in communities. For example, there is a site called Burjahom in Jammu Kashmir, where we see underground houses called pit dwellings. Okay, we also see evidences of grinders. Okay, domestication of animals also. So that was our till this time we have seen evolution of human beings in India, right? So I told you next in the series is Chalcolithic period after Stone Age, right? Now we are entering into metallic world, metallic age. ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಏಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಯಾವುದೇ ತರ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. For the first time in India, for the first time in India, humans started using copper. They started mining copper, extracting copper, and then they learned the art of smelting. So copper should be extracted with copper ore, a copper sulfide, for example, and they have to remove the waste materials from it and extract copper from that. This process is called smelting. So technologically they have improved now, isn't it? Now they learned the art of smelting, started extracting copper. ನೋಡಿ ಕಾಪರ್ ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕಾಪರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾಪರ್ ಇಂದ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳನ್ನ ಅವರು ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಕಾಪರ್ ಸ್ಮಿತ್ಸ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರು ಬೇಕು? ಕಾಪರ್ ಸ್ಮಿತ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಕಾಪರ್ ನ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಪರ್ ಸ್ಮಿತ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಕಾಪರ್ ಸ್ಮಿತ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇವಾಗ ಎಮರ್ಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay, slowly. So this time period is called Chalcolithic period. This is the first time metals are being used. Hence, this is the beginning of metallic periods. Okay. After copper, the next important metal that has evolved was bronze, which is nothing but again copper with tin, which is an alloy basically. But next important metal they discovered was iron. That was in later Vedic period. Okay, stone first. I mean the first metal discover ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಕಾಪರ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬ್ರಾಂಜ್, they started mixing copper with tin. Okay, so ಇಂಡಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಾಂಜ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಐರನ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಲೇಟರ್ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 900 BC. Okay, so let us now begin with Chalcolithic period and Chalcolithic culture. We'll see during this period what was the condition of the society, what were the important sites. There are different cultures within Chalcolithic period in different regions of the India, in different regions of India. Okay, ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ ನ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಚಾಲ್ಕೊಲಿಥಿಕ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಹಾರ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಂತ ರಾಜಸ್ಥಾನಲ್ಲಿ, ಓಕೆ, ಮಾಲ್ವಾ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಮಧ್ಯಪ್ರದೇಶಲ್ಲಿ, ಕಾಯತ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಂತ Jorwe culture in Maharashtra. So there are different cultures within Chalcolithic period. So we will try to understand the important differences between each of these cultures. That's all. Then we'll see what was the conditions, what were the important features of this period, like what was the condition of the society, was religion there, such things we'll discuss. How was the economy, what was the technological level, what was the important means of economy, all of this we will discuss. Chalcol of the period, Chalcolithic period, and what are the important limitations of this period. These are the things we are going to discuss. Okay, hope it's clear to all of you. So the time period, the culture that we are beginning with is called Chalcolithic. Chalcolithic period. Okay, if you see the time period, you will get surprised. It's 300 BC. It started from 300 BC. It lasted till 700 BC. That's what I'm telling you that. So during the same period, you can see Indus Valley civilization has also been started. ಇದೇ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಡಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಂಡಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಪೀಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು 2005 IVC ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಂಡಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್, ಇಂಡಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಪೀಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ 2500 BC, 2750 BC. I mean that got declined. Peak period was 1900 BC. This was the peak period. So when Indus Valley civilization was ongoing, there was also Chalcolithic period. So that means when we say civilization, in some parts of India, civilization had already begun. Already civilization start ಆಗಿತ್ತು. But remaining parts ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನು ಚಾಲ್ಕೋಲಿಥಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ರು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನೋಡಿ, ಚಾಲ್ಕೋಲಿಥಿಕ್ ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ನಿಯೋಲಿಥಿಕ್ ಇನ್ನು ಹಂಗೆ ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಇತ್ತು. Okay, so on the clear cut, that's a different civilization altogether. That was also in the same period, same time period, around 3500 BC. Yeah, Mesopotamia is one of the it's the oldest civilization that was there in Euphrates and Tigris region of West Asia. Okay. That was in different region. Hmm? Till now we have discovered, yes. Understood this? So IVC was parallelly ongoing because this was the peak period of IVC. So many Chalcolithic period sites coincided with the IVC sites. That means many Chalcolithic sites are also part of, they evolved into civilizations. Chalcolithic period is mainly ruralistic, and some of the rural places got evolved into urban places. Hence, they became part of IVC. Correct? Understanding this? Okay, now Chalcolithic period we will discuss. Time period, please be mindful of the time period. What is the time period of Chalcolithic period? 3000 BC to 700 BC. Now Chalcolithic, what is the meaning of the term? Chalcos. It is made up of two words, chalcos and lithos. Chalcos andre chalco andre copper andange. Litho andre stone. That means simultaneously there was uses of stones as well as copper. Copper ಮತ್ತೆ stone ನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಈ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಯೂಸೇಜ್ ಇನ್ನು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋನ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕಲ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕಲ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಕಾಪರ್ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಚಾಲ್ಕೋಲಿಥಿಕ್ ಮೇನ್ cultures using both copper as well as stones. Coppers as well as stones. Okay. The Chalcolithic period is kind of a transition phase between, on one side there is a Neolithic, on the other side there is Iron Age. Next metal is yaudu? Iron Age. Next important metal discover agittu iron. See, bronze is alloy. It's not a separate metal. Right. Next important metal that was discovered was iron. Hence, Chalcolithic period is kind of transition between Neolithic, that is Stone Age, broadly we can say Stone Age, the Iron Age. This is purely metallic age. This is purely Stone Age, and this in between it is like a transition period. Okay. So this is copper. Copper. It's like a transition, right? And another important point you should remember is this is contemporary with Indus Valley civilization. That also we're able to understand now. Yes. And remember it, Chalcolithic period is primarily a rural society, a rural culture. Understanding this. When I say Indus Valley civilization, it is primarily urban. When I say Indus Valley civilization is primarily urban. But when I say Chalcolithic, it's primarily rural. Okay. Stone Age was primarily nomadic. Villages. Agriculture as well as yeah. Agriculture was the important activity. Even cattle were there. Pastoral you can say agro pastoral village communities. Agro. Ah, why why Chalcolithic period is rural based economy andre urban amenities irಲಿಲ್ಲ. So many reasons. Trade was not that much prevalent. Surplus production ಆದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಸಬ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಜೀವನ ನಡ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಸ್ಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೋ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ಗ್ರೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಯಾವಾಗ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲಿ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ನ ಗ್ರೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸರ್ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ದೆನ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟ್ರೇಡ್. ಅಷ್ಟು ಸರ್ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐರನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ವುಡ್ ಇಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಾಪರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಡಿಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನೆಲನ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ರೈಟ್? ಡೀಪ್ ಸೋವಿಂಗ್ ಆದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವರು ಗ್ರೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅದು ರೂರಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಕಾನಮಿಕ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ರೂರಲ್ ಸೆಟಪ್ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಇವನ್ ನೀವು IVC ಬಂದಾಗ ಟೌನ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಸಿಟಿ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತು, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಸಿಟಾಡಲ್ಸ್, ಬಿಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ವು. ಬಟ್ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲೇನು ನೋಡಲ್ಲ. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಹೌಸಸ್, ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಜೀವನ. ಓಕೆ, ಪ್ಯೂರ್ಲಿ ರೂರಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ, ಬಟ್ ದೇ ವರ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟೀಸ್, ಇನ್ ಸೆಟಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್? ಸೊ Chalcolithic period is primarily a rural society. Please remember this. Okay, this ruralization started in Neolithic period. Do you remember that? When agriculture was started, right? Neolithic period was known for that agriculture revolution. So which later got evolved into Chalcolithic period, where proper form of villages can be observed. So early life in Chalcolithic period was basically agro-pastoral village communities, right? Agriculture as pastoral. That means they used to rear cattle also. Understood the beginning? This was the introduction of Chalcolithic period. Got it? Now, within Chalcolithic period, there are different cultures. So we'll get into the details of them. Okay, so those cultures include Ahar culture. Okay, Ahar basically North India. Ahar culture in Rajasthan. You can say Southeast Rajasthan. So in this region, here we can observe Southeast Rajasthan. We can observe which culture? Ahar culture. And in Central India, here we have two cultures, Malwa and Kayatha. Malwa and Kayatha. And Western Maharashtra, here there is Jorve culture. These are the few of the important cultures. Tell me which are the important cultures within Chalcolithic period. Ahar culture, where? Rajasthan, Southeast Rajasthan. And Central India, we have Malwa culture and Kayatha culture. Jorve culture in Maharashtra. J. If you are not understanding the spelling, please let me know. I will dictate it. Ahar, 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 Malwa, Kayata, Kayatha, Kayata, and Jorve, Jorwe, Jorve culture. Jorve, Maharashtra. Okay, so these are the sites. Ahar is a place, site where Chalcolithic period has been observed. Copper implements are seen. Okay, so sites belonging to, artifacts belonging to Chalcolithic period have been found there in Ahar region. Hence, we have named it as Ahar culture. There can be different sites within Ahar culture. Okay, Ahar ಒಂದೇ ಬಿಟ್ಟು Ahar ಅಲ್ದೇನೆ ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದ್ 2-3 sites extra ಕೂಡ ಇರಬಹುದು. Okay, ಕಾಯತ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ 2-3 site ಇರಬಹುದು. Okay, so we'll see that. These two, Madhya Pradesh. Ahar culture, first culture that we are going to discuss. Say in exams, try to utilize such maps. Exams ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇವನ್ ಇನ್ ಏನ್ಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಇವನ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಚಾಲ್ಕೊಲಿಥಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಕೇಳೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ರೇರು. ಯೂಸಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ you can draw such maps and show different cultures within Chalcolithic period. Okay, all of you active agidira? Yes. First, Ahar culture. Ahar culture was the oldest in Chalcolithic period, which started in 3000 BC, which ended in 1500 BC. Okay, so it's oldest. What is the location for Ahar culture? The Mewar region, southeastern Rajasthan. Okay, and you can see here, this is the region where there is Banas Valley. Okay, Banas river flows here. You know that? Even river flow ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅರಾವಳಿ ಹಿಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಉಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು river flow ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. That river is Banas. Okay, so which is a tributary of river Chambal. Banas river is a tributary of river Chambal, which later joins Yamuna river. Right. So Banas. So this is the culture which has evolved around Banas river. Okay, hence it can also be said to be Banas culture. Ahar culture ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳಿ, Banas culture. Ahar culture is also called as Banas culture. Okay, important sites here include Ahar, which is near Udaipur. And other sites include Banas culture ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ sites ಗಳು Ahar, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಅಂತ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Then important one, Balatal and Oziana. Ilun. IL Ilun. Balatal, Oziana. So these are the important sites in Ahar region. Okay, and most distinguishing feature of Ahar culture is availability of or excavation of black and red ware, like pottery. Which type of pottery is found here? Okay, so in ancient times, historians classify these cultures based on the pottery available. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುವಂತ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ pottery ಯಾವುದು? Black and red. Ahar culture ಅಲ್ಲಿ we found which type of pottery? Basically black and red ware, BRW. Okay, so the pot ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ? ಗಡಿಗೆನಾ? ಮಡಿಕೆ. So black and red ware. Okay, with white painted lines or white dotted designs. That is the distinguishing feature of Ahar culture. And also that is the distinguishing feature of entire Chalcolithic period. Chalcolithic period ಅಲ್ಲಿ pottery, ನೀವು you know that pottery development ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಮೇಜರ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾವ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಯಾವ ಟೈಮ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ನಿಯೋಲಿಥಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಸೊ ಚಾಲ್ಕೋಲಿಥಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ as wheel made pottery ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾಟ್ರಿ ವಾಸ್ ದಟ್? ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೆಡ್ ವೇರ್ ಇನ್ ಅಹರ್ ರೀಜನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಹರ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ರಾಜಸ್ಥಾನ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ. ರಾಜಸ್ಥಾನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಪರ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಇವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಸಹಿತ. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ some mines, including mines called Khetri mines. So Rajasthan is known for copper, right? So hence copper tools were also discovered here, and Ahar region is known for copper smelting. It is known for copper smelting. Everybody know the meaning of smelting? Yes. Smelting, why? Smelting process ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಹೇಳಿ? They heat the copper ore in furnace and they extract copper by removing the impurities. Okay, so hence Ahar culture is specialized in copper smelting. Hence historically Ahar region or Ahar place is also called with one more name called Tambavati. Tambavati means copper, correct? Tamra, that term. Okay, ಇದನ್ನ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರಿಂದ ಕೂಡ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಆಹಾರನ. ಅದರ ಹೆಸರೇನು ಹೇಳಿ? ತಾಂಬವತಿ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಮಡ್ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಹೌಸಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ ಅಹರ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ದೇ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ಸ್, okay, which is not seen in other cultures within Chalcolithic period. Chalcolithic period ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಡೆ mud brick houses idvu. ಎಂತ houses? Mud brick. So please I highlight this mud brick houses because first time bricks use ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನಾವು ನಿಯೋಲಿಥಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ವರ್ಗು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಮಡ್ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಏನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಮಡ್ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ IVC ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ IVC ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಬರ್ಂಟ್ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಂಟ್ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರ ಹೈಲೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿವ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಬರ್ಂಟ್ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರ? ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬರ್ನ್ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಡ್ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಅಹರ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಡ್ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಅಹರ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಡ್ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಬೇರೆ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಮಾಲ್ವಾ, ಕಾಯತ, ಅಹರ್, ಜೋರ್ವೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. Stone is an important feature of Ahar culture. So houses made of mud bricks plus stones. Okay, these are the important points that you should carry to the exams from Ahar culture. Okay, so repeat with me which are all the points that you carry for exams. Ahar culture ಅಲ್ಲಿ time period, it's older, 3000 BC. Region, southeastern Rajasthan. Important sites, Ahar, which is near Udaipur, Gilund, Balatal, Oziana. Pottery, black and red ware. Pottery, black and red ware, and they were specialized in metallurgy also, in the sense copper smelting. They were special in copper smelting, right? Especially in Ahar region. Ahar is also called Tambavati. Okay, so mud brick houses which can be rectangular or circular. ಎರಡು ತರ houses ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ವು. They used to use mud bricks and stone. Understood this? So next culture we are going to discuss is Kayata culture. Remember, these are factual things, and also you can get this imagination in your mind. Okay, ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನೇಷನ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ. ಓಕೆ, you can't remember many points. You should have good imaginations, right? So for example, her Rajasthan regional, you remember a settlement, a village, okay, where mud brick houses, circular houses, rectangular houses, mud brick houses, okay, and stones also they used to use in foundation, something like that. Okay, copper tools, copper smiths, smelting process. Get this imagination, it will be easier for you to remember. So next, second culture is Kayatha culture. Second culture is Kayatha culture, which started around 2400 BC. Kayatha culture started around 2400 BC. Okay, so it did not last long. This time period is between 2000 BC. So what is the location? What is the location? Central India. Okay. Central India, there is one important river here, which is also tributary of Chambal, whose name is Choti Kali Sindh. Choti Kali Sindh. What's the name of the river on which Kayatha culture evolved? Kali Sindh. This is tributary of. This is the. This is the tributary of Chambal River. Even Banas was also tributary of Chambal River. Banas river ಮೇಲೆ ಬೆಳೆದಿರುವಂತ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಆಹಾರ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಚೋಟಿ ಕಾಲಿಸಿಂದ ರಿವರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೆಳೆದಿರುವಂತ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಕಾಯತ ಕಲ್ಚರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫೀಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾಯತ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ is a special type of pottery called chocolate slipped ware. Black and red ware was an important feature of ahar culture. But pottery, special type of pottery that is available, that is found in Kayatha culture was chocolate slipped ware. That means a chocolate colored top layer coating. Okay, this slip in the sense it's a mix of mud and water, something like that. They used to apply it over the wares, to get that glossy finish or something, soft finish. Okay, so that type of pottery, just remember chocolate slipped ware. The most important type of pottery that was found in Chalcolithic period was BRW. Okay, understanding this. If you want to take one type of pottery from entire Chalcolithic cultures, be it Jorve or be it Malwa, Kayatha or Ahar, most important type of pottery that was found commonly everywhere was black and red ware. That is, but specifically in Kayatha culture, we used to find this chocolate slipped ware. They used to distinguish cultures based on the type of pottery that was available. Understanding this, while excavating, archaeologists they distinguish these cultures based on few things like wares are one of the important basis to distinguish cultures, and they also used to distinguish based on the burial systems. Okay, burial systems ಯಾವ ತರ ಇತ್ತು ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂಡ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ನ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ, and they used again advanced copper metallurgy here also. This is Chalcolithic period ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ copper metallurgy, copper smelting process ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ. Okay, and also here in Kayatha system we used to find earliest ಏನು ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ? Every day it should not be the same story. I will send you out. I'm very serious this time because you are continuing the same story since the time I'm taking classes. Be it ಯಾವುದೇ class ಇರಲಿ, you are disturbing me. Don't talk. Otherwise, don't come to the class. You can watch recorded classes. Okay. So In Kayatha culture, we also see agriculture settlements and all, which are common points. But these are the few points that you can carry for the exams. So next culture was Malwa culture. Next culture, yavado? Malwa culture. You know where is Malwa? Again, Central India, Madhya Pradesh. Okay, the time period is between 1700 to 1200 BC. 1700 to. So don't try to remember these here. Okay, this period for each of these cultures. If you broadly remember, Chalcolithic period is between 3000 BC to 700 BC. That's enough. Okay, Malwa culture, again Central India. So there is something called Malwa Plateau. Geography lo didira. Malwa Plateau is situated in which state? Madhya Pradesh. 3000 BC to 700 BC is 700 BC. Okay, it's in Malwa Plateau in Madhya Pradesh. Important sites. Important sites. This Kayatha is Kayatha culturally most important site. Kayatha ಒಂದೇ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ ಬೇರೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಉಜ್ಜೈನ್ ಹತ್ರ. Okay, near Ujjain. Whereas Malwa culture, there are different sites with Malwa cultures. Okay, important one, the largest one, Naudatoli, which is on the banks of river Narmada. Okay, the important sites of Malwa culture include, where is it? On the banks of river Narmada. And in Malwa culture, this is the largest site. And also other sites include Iran, and also Maheshwar. Another important site is Nagda. Just remember these sites. That's enough. Navdatoli, which is the largest. Navdatoli is known for, many types of cereals are found here. So which is famous for agriculture. Remember it. I will tell you later on also. But for now, just carry this in your mind. Okay. It's different type of cereals have been found here. Okay. Iran, Maheshwar, Nagda, other important sites. And Malwa culture is famous for distinguishing feature. Special type of pottery here found is buff colored pottery. Buff colored ware. Buff colored or orange colored. Buff color is a special type of color. You can go and check it, how it looks like. I can't describe the color here. Buff colored, pottery or orange pottery. Okay, this is the special type of ware that is found here. Okay, another important feature that for Malwa culture is Malwa places. All these places are known for ceramic traditions, ceramic ware. Okay, so they are famous for ceramic wares. Largest number of ceramic wares are found in which culture? Malwa culture. Okay, and especially here, because we have Navdatali, we have to give credit to it, because it has high agriculture diversity. Different types of cereals are found in Navdatali. Okay, so agriculture was also dominant here. Okay, like barley, wheat, rice, lentils, etc. Different types of crops are grown here. Okay, so recall these three cultures that I have just discussed. First one, everybody online students, first one yavado? Ahar culture. What are the important points that you carry from Ahar culture? Southeast Rajasthan, Banas River, important sites, Ahar, Gilund, Oziana, and one more, Balatal. Right. Important pottery that is found in Ahar culture, black and red ware. Okay. So with dotted white colored paints. Okay. And also they used to use stones in house construction apart from mud bricks. Okay. Kayata cultural important points in carry martira. Choti Kali Sindh river, right? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಪ್ರಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಎವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತದ್ದು, and it's which is tributary of river Chambal, and this Kayata is near Ujjain. Important characteristic feature, important type of ware that is found here, chocolate slipped ware. Remember this, chocolate slipped ware, and other similar points we have seen. Most important points you should carry. Malwa culturally distinguishing features that you should remember. Malwa culture and you should remember ceramic wares. Malwa culture and you should remember buff colored or orange colored pottery pots. And these are the sites. Navdatali is for diverse cereals. Okay, diverse agricultural crops are found here. Hence overall Malwa culture is known for diversified agriculture. Iste points for from every culture extract some 3 to 4 important points. That is enough. That's how you can remember it for a long time. Otherwise, you'll get lost with so much of content. Because ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ತುಂಬ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಏನ್ಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತವೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ, ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಯು ರೀಡ್ ಇಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ. ಇನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಜೋರ್ವೆ ಕಲ್ಚರ್. ವೆರಿ ಜೋರ್ವೆ ಕಲ್ಚರ್, ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ ವಿಚ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್? Maharashtra, yes. So Jorve culture, which evolved in later phase of Chalcolithic period. That means started around 1500 BC. So Jorve culture started around 1500 BC. That's just lasted till 700 BC. Okay. So this is Deccan region, isn't it? Deccan region, and in Maharashtra, this is semi-arid region. Okay. You know that dry parts of Maharashtra. Even today, a large part of Maharashtra is semi-arid. No, near western side. Yeah, dry period generally we can say eastern side, this side of Western Ghats, but it extended from eastern side, central side. Huh? Actually, it has coincided with Vidarbha as well as coast ವರೆಗೂ extend ಆಗಿದೆ ಇದು Jorve culture. Okay. Semi-arid regions of Deccan. Coastal trip was excluding, I think. Coastal sites illa. Coastal sites ವರೆಗೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. You can say eastern part of Maharashtra only. Dry regions of Maharashtra. Okay. So remember it, Jorve culture coincided with semi-arid Maharashtra. Semi-arid Maharashtra. Important sites of Jorve culture include, the most important one and the largest one is Dayamabad. This Dayamabad later became IVC site also. It also was included in IVC Indus Valley civilization, because Dayamabad later got urbanized. ಇದು ಇವಾಗ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಇದೆ, ಮುಂದೆ ಅರ್ಬನೈಸ್ ಆಗಿ IVC ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಆಯ್ತಿದೆ ಸೇಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸದರ್ನ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಇದು ಇಂಡಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ Dayamabad, remember this is the largest site in Jorve culture. Other sites include Nevasi, Dayamabad, Nevasa, Nevasa, and Inamgaon. Nevasa, Dayamabad, Jorve, again including Jorve. These are the sites. Jorve, Inamgaon, Dayamabad, Nevasa. These are the important sites in Jorve culture. Jorve culture got evolved in later parts of Chalcolithic period, and this is known for reddish potteries. Which type of pottery? Reddish. Okay. Reddish pottery with black color designs upon it. Okay. And Jorve culture is specifically important for you to understand the society of the entire Chalcolithic period. Because in Jorve culture, we see social stratification. There are upper classes and lower classes. ಈ ತರ divisions ಗಳು, high class and poor class. Understanding this, we have understood about this social stratification through the houses they built. There are few houses which are too large, with many rooms, which are rectangular in shapes, and around that there are small huts, mud brick huts. What does it show? It shows that there used to be a chief or an important rich person in the village, right? People belonging to that family used to be rich, and they used to hold some political power also. ಆ ಥರ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? And remaining people are poor. So based on the type of houses, what we have seen, what we have observed, there was social stratification, there was division in the society. ನೋಡಿ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಈ ತರ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Social stratification and a process Neolithic culture ನೋಡಿದ್ವಾ? In Neolithic culture also village communities were developed, but this class division, okay, that observation we are making only from this point, from the point of here Chalcolithic period. Such a thing we are clearly seeing in Jorve culture, social stratification. Understanding this? So there are evidences of social stratification because there are some large rooms with rectangular shapes where chief used to live, while others lived in small circular huts. And also different types of burial practices also are observed here. Actually, in Jorve culture, they used to bury under the house only, below the house. House floor iruttallva, house floor ಕೆಳಗಡೆನೆ bury ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. So there were no separate graveyards. There are no separate graveyards. In Jorve culture, burials are found under the house floors. And children were buried in urns. Urns andre? What is the meaning of urn? URN. Urn andre? It's also pot, kind of type of pot, but ಒಂಥರ ಉದ್ದಕ್ಕಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ತರ ಶೇಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸಿಲಿಂಡ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ನ್ಸ್, ಅದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ ಈ ಡೆಡ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ರೆಮಿನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಇಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನ ಬರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಓಕೆ, ಅರ್ನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಶುಡ್ ಐ ಶೋ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಇನ್ ಗೂಗಲ್? So let's see Chalcolithic period urns only. Such type of, especially here you can see this one. Okay, these pots are called urns. Okay, these are associated with burial practices. Huh? Pot. Okay, so ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಡ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ಆಶಸ್ ನ ಕೂಡ ಹಾಕ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ರಿಮೇಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರಿವಿಲೆಂಟ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಡೆಡ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಬರಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಬೋನ್ಸ್ ಅದನ್ನ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ನ ಅರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಜನರಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಂಥ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಜೋರ್ವೆ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್? So Jorve culture, we have many things regarding Chalcolithic period, especially. What is that? Social stratification. Social stratification and the different types of burial practices. Okay. Especially in sites called Dayamabad, Jorve, where we have seen big villages. Big ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 35 ಹೌಸಸ್ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಇದೆ ವಿಲೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಮಿಡ್ಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹೌಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ರೆಕ್ಟಾಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ರೂಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿದಾವೆ, ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 ಆ ತರ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಅಷ್ಟು ರೂಮ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ 10 ಜನ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ರು, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲೊಬ್ಬ ಚೀಫ್ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ದ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಇರೋ ಹೌಸಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಹೌಸಸ್. with thatches and mud huts. Understanding this, so it shows that it shows that there was social division. Understanding this, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಲೇವರ್ ಆಗಿ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದಾರಲ್ಲ ಮೊಬೈಲ್. Understood this? Yes, this was a distinguishing feature of Jorve. Apart from that, there are some minor regional cultures also. Like for example, Savalda culture anta ide again Maharashtra. This is in Madhya Pradesh. Savalda culture, Narmada Valley. Okay, so where black and red painted pottery ನೋಡಬಹುದು. Savalda culture. Minor pottery, minor cultures. Savalda found in Narmada Valley. Just remember only one important: black and red pottery. ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ already ಇದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇದು. Similar pottery is found here also. Savalda, Narmada Valley, and another site is called Ganeshwar. Ganeshwar later became IVC site also, which is also in Rajasthan, which is located near Khetri mines, Rajasthan. Khetri mines ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ? ಕಾಪರ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಗಣೇಶ್ವರ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ರಾಜಸ್ಥಾನ್ ನೋಡಬಹುದು. Ganeshwar culture later became part of IVC, which later supplied copper to Indus Valley civilization. Okay, Indus Valley civilization ಗೆ ಕಾಪರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದನೇ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಗಣೇಶ್ವರ. Ganeshwar, where is it? Near Khetri mines. So now please tell me all the important cultures. No, coin is ಇನ್ನು ಇವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಕಾಯಿನ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ಇವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ 6th century BC ಬಂದಂಗೆ. Ganeshwar ಇಲ್ಲ. Ganeshwar is near Khetri mines. Khetri mines is known for copper. I mean, Ganeshwar site later became part of IVC, which supplied copper to entire Harappan civilization. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಚಾಲ್ಕೋಲಿಥಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ IVC ವರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಪ್ರರೀಸ್, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ರನ್ ಆಗಿದಾವೆ ಎರಡು ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್. ಒಂದು ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಲ್ಚರ್. ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. ಚಾಲ್ಕೋಲಿಥಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್, ಚಾಲ್ಕೋಲಿಥಿಕ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್. ಓಕೆ, all of you active ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಶೋ ಮಿ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ಸ್. ಸಹನಾ, ವನಿತಾ, what is this? Vivo? Who is Vivo? Vivo
Sir,
V2.
Rachna, I will not edit the name.
Okay. And Akshay, Akash, please show me the presence once. Hope you're not sleeping. Hema, are you here following the class? Okay, shall we revise once all the cultures? ಸಿದ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೋಂಟ್, ನಾನು ವಿಲೇಜ್ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನೀವು ಇವಾಗಿನ ವಿಲೇಜ್ ತರನು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವು. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಡೇ ವಿಲೇಜಸ್. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಏಜ್ ಇಂದ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವೈ ಆರ್ ಯು ಪುಷಿಂಗ್ ದೆಮ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್? ಕಾಯಿನೇಜ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಲೇಟರ್ ಇವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವನ್ ಬಾರ್ಟರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ವಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್. ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಕಲ್ಟಿವೇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದರ್ ಸಸ್ಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಸಬ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಬ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್. ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ನ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ಸ್. ಆ ಟ್ರೇಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ. ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್? ಸರ್ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ತಾನೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್, just know they invented copper. Why are you forcing them to do trade? Wait for some time, we will get into IVC. There we will see ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಯ್ತು. We will see how trade also evolved later. So this was completely ruralistic. They used to practice subsistence based agriculture. Andre they used to grow as much as they need because they cannot produce surplus. Why? Tools ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಐರನ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಟಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಡೀಪ್, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಟಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಸಬ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇತ್ತು. Just recall in 2 minutes Ahar culture. Give me important points from Ahar culture. Let's revise. What will you carry to exams from Ahar culture, which is also called Banas culture? Banas culture. Why? Because this got, this had evolved around Banas River, which is tributary of River Chambal in southeast Rajasthan. Important sites of Banas culture include Ahar, Gilond, Balatal, Oziana. Okay, and which is famous for black and red ware. And also, we have seen mud brick houses with stones. Stones ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೈಲೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. That's important point. Copper smelting as usual. Ahar region is famous for copper smelting because Rajasthan ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಪರ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕವರ್ ಆಗಿದಾವೆ. ರೀಸನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ there are copper mines in Rajasthan, especially the Khetri mine. Understood this? So next culture, Kayata culture, the important points ಏನೇನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. So this was the time period, and Choti Kalisin, which is again tributary of Chambal River, and this chocolate sipped ware. Just remember this. And next, Malwa culture is famous for ceramic ware and buff colored orange pots. Important sites, Navdoteli, which is famous for agriculture. Different types of cereals are found here. Other sites, Iran, Maheshwar, and Nagda. Please remember, don't forget any of these sites. There are limited sites here. Please try to remember it. And next, Jorve culture in Maharashtra, in dry parts of Maharashtra, semi-arid regions of Maharashtra, where we found reddish pottery. Okay. Here important sites include Dayamabad, Inamgaon, Nevasa, and Jorve. Okay. So especially the society was stratified here, and we have seen different types of houses, large rooms, large houses as well as small huts we have seen. With this we could make out that there was divisions in the society into different classes, and different types of burial practices also have been observed here. Okay. Yes. Burial, the separate graveyards were absent, burial grounds were absent. They used to bury under the house floors, and children were buried using urns. Remember this. Apart from that, we also have got a little information regarding Savalda culture and Ganeshwar culture. Where is Ganeshwar? Which state? Rajasthan, which is close to Khetri mines and which is used to supply copper to Indus Valley civilization. Okay. I am telling you again, some of the Chalcolithic sites later evolved into urban places to become part of Indus Valley civilization. Now, let us take up, we have till now we have understood the different cultures of Chalcolithic period. Now we'll see important features of Chalcolithic period. So we expect more number of questions from here. Important features. Okay. different culture study ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫೀಚರ್ ಯಾವ್ದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಹೌ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ got evolved from stone age to this metallic age, right? So now you know that dual uses, we have seen for the first time copper was used along with the stone. Okay. Stones are primarily microliths. Okay. That means small blades, sharp blades, small size blades got evolved during this time, and they have learned the smelting process, the art of smelting, right, which is a scientific innovation of this period, right? Smelting andre ಏನು ಹೇಳಿ people, the extraction of copper from the raw copper, right? So copper smelting was available, and copper smiths, okay, were also available during this time. So common implements they used to manufacture out of copper was copper axes, copper knives, chisels, even fishing they used to do fish hooks out of copper. All of these artifacts were found. Okay, it's easier to remember, right? So nothing new here. So I'm just moving on. So they used copper, but one of the limitations here in technology is that they only learned smelting of copper, extracting copper from raw material. They did not learn how to mix this copper with tin to manufacture other better alloys. Bronze is much better than copper. ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಕಾಪರ್ಗಿಂತ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಟಿನ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬ್ರಾಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಬೆಟರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಆರ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಇವ್ರು, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ IVC ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, IVC ಮತ್ತೆ ಚಾಲ್ಕೋಲಿಥಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಪ್ರರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಹೈಯರ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದೆ. IVC ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಲರ್ನ್ಡ್ ಕಾಪರ್ ಜೊತೆ ನಾವು ಟಿನ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬ್ರಾಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಮೆಟಲರ್ಜಿಕಲ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು? ಇಂಡಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಚಾಲ್ಕೋಲಿಥಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದೆ ನ್ಯೂ ಹೌ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಕಾಪರ್, ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು. ದೇ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ನೋ ದ ಆರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಲಾಯ್ಸ್. Understanding this important points that I'm highlighting, please remember these. They will ask, they will try to focus on these areas only. So this was about technology. Okay. So next about the economy. Again, you only tell. It was rural economy. In the sense, agriculture was dominant there, right? Right. So what type of agriculture they used to practice? Commercial agriculture or subsistence based agriculture? Subsistence based agriculture. Online students, all of you are following or not? Subsistence based agriculture. Major crops you can remember like cereals, wheat, barley, rice. Okay. Wheat, barley, rice. I mean, don't write all of this because I'm sending you notes anyways. Pulses like lentils, green gram, black gram, grass, peas, etc. And millets also they used to grow. Maharashtra regionally, millets like ragi, cotton, even cotton they used to grow. Apart from that, ragi and bajra they used to grow, millets ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Cotton also they used to grow. Remember this, highlight ಮಾಡಿ cotton ಒಂದು. ಸೊ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತದು ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಎಸ್ ಸರ್ ನೋ? ಬ್ರಾಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದ್ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ IVC ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿವ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕೇಟ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್. ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಯಾವಾಗ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕೇಶನ್? Mesolithic period, and later domestication extended in Neolithic period. So here also domestication is popular. Okay, like they used to domesticate cattles, mainly cattle ಜೊತೆಗೆ sheeps, goats, buffaloes, pigs, all of this they used to domesticate. Okay, and one more thing, why did they use animals? For what? You should remember that they for milk. No, for not specific agriculture. They used animals primarily for meat. Remember this, for meat. So that means they believed that milk was only for animals, young animals, calves. Okay, milk was only for calves. Milk should not be extracted from animals. ಆ ತರ ಬಿಲೀಫ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀಟ್. ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ಅವರು ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ನ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್. ಸೊ ಮೆನಿ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಹೆಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಟಿಲ್ ನೌ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್. ಏನೇನು ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನೇನು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಹೇಳಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತವರೆಗೂ ಚಾಲ್ಕೋಲಿಥಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲಾಯ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, ಕಾಪರ್ ಜೊತೆ ಟಿನ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬ್ರಾಂಜ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ರೈಟ್? ಮತ್ತೆ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಸಬ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಎನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಮೀಟ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ದೇ ಕುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯೂಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅದರ್ ಪರ್ಪಸಸ್. ದೇ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ನೋ ಇಟ್. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ದಟ್. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಡಾಗ್ಸ್ ತಿಂತಿದ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಯಾಕೆ? ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಅವರು ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀಟ್. eating. Right. Next, this was about economy, like right, subsistence based economy ittu, cattle herding ಮತ್ತೆ cattle rearing, and as well as uh, different types of crop they used to grow ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. Next thing is regarding settlement and housing. Okay, so basically it was a rural place. Okay, rural culture in Harappa. When you see in Harappa, when we'll be studying in today's class, you will understand that in Harappa there was proper town planning, there is multi-storied buildings and properly designed houses in Harappa civilization or Indus Valley civilization. Such a systematic house constructions we could not see here in Chalcolithic period. Chalcolithic period was mainly ruralistic and technologically and even in planning level they are behind Indus Valley civilization. So because it was predominantly rural and they lived near rivers and hills, okay, they basically used mud bricks. They used mud bricks for house construction. So ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, IVC ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬರ್nt bricks ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಇವರು. ಏನು ಹೇಳಿ, ಬರ್nt bricks is much stronger. ಬರ್nt bricks ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Right, burnt bricks, mud bricks do not last long. That is less stronger than burnt bricks. So which type of bricks they used for house construction? Mud bricks. Which thatched roofs? Thatched roofs ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, like dry grasses they used to cover the house in the roof. So there is no evidence of burnt bricks, rather they use mud bricks. Already ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. So houses shape ಯಾವ ತರ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು, either circular or rectangular. Either circular or rectangular. Okay, so in few villages we have seen large size houses also with multiple rooms, at least like 5 rooms, 6 rooms, ಆ ತರ ಇರುವಂತ ಮನೆಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದಾವೆ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಹಿಯರ್? ನಥಿಂಗ್ ನ್ಯೂ, but we are studying it with separate points. Next, online students, are you all active here? Okay, what about pottery? Pottery and art. Black and red ware is hallmark of this period. Important point that you should extract from pottery section is that black and red ware pottery. Remember this with and how they were made. The potteries were made. They were handmade as well as they were wheel made. Remember this with multiple designs for the potteries. Apart from that, in terms of crafts, remember this new point I'm telling you. They were skilled in making something called terracotta figurines. Okay, terracotta andre ee clay na heat madibittu they used to create sculptures. Understanding this, so figurines. So noticeably we have seen evidences of terracotta figurines of bulls and mother goddess. Remember this in terms of artwork alli. So mother goddess terracotta figurines we find in IVC sites majority agi. Indus Valley civilization mother goddess terracotta figurines have been found in large numbers in Mohenjo-daro especially. So mother goddess terracotta figurines are also found in Chalcolithic period. Remember this. Often this has not been highlighted in various books and notes. Please remember it. Mother goddess terracotta figurines, evidences of it, artifacts of this we have found even from Chalcolithic period. So what does it show? Mother goddess na figurines ಅವ್ರು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಆರ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇದರದು? Society was not that much evolved. There are so many divisions. This shows religious beliefs. Mother goddess, right? So mother goddess is fertility goddess. mother goddess was worshipped as fertility goddess. That means they had some sort of belief system. Such a belief system did we see in earlier stone age anywhere, even in Neolithic period? No. For the first time, slowly we are seeing that some religious practices are being started in the entire history. Pre-history alle nimge Chalcolithic period alla ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ belief systems create ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Are you getting this? So remember this. Also, we also have found evidences of terracotta figurines of bull animal. Okay. Which are both kind of fertility symbols. So terracotta mother goddess figurine, generally, specifically, we have found a terracotta mother goddess figure in a site called Inamgaon. Inamgaon ellide? Inamgaon belongs to which culture? Tell me. Come on. Inamgaon. Where is Inamgaon? Jorve culture. Okay, should be keen observance. Memory ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. So many scholars suggest that later Hindu practices, ಇವಾಗ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹಿಂದೂ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದಿದಾವೆ, ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ರೂಟ್ ನಾವು ಟ್ರೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಗೋ ಟು ಚಾಲ್ಕೋಲಿಥಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಜನರಲಿ ವಿ ಸೇ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇಂದ ನಮ್ದು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಹಿಂದೂ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಹಿಂದೂ ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಸ್ ಸ್ಲೋಲಿ ಇವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇನ್ ಟೈಮ್, even before IVC, we find that even in Chalcolithic period, some sort of religious belief system is being created, religious practices are being evolving. ಮಹಾಭಾರತನ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಇನ್ನು ಲೇಟ್. ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಓದಲ್ಲ ನಾವು, ನಾನು ಮೈಥಾಲಜಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ? ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಿಲೀಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಯ್ತು. ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ mythology. So don't ask about Maharashtra. This is second time you are asking. So again, burial systems separate ಆಗಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ಡೆಡ್ ವರ್ ಆಫನ್ ಬರಿಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಕ್ರಿಮೇಷನ್ ಇತ್ತ? ಕ್ರಿಮೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಬರಿ. ವೇರ್ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಬರಿ? ಅಂಡರ್ ದ ಹೌಸ್ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಐ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಬರಿ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಈಸ್ಟ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೌತ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಬರಿ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಟು ಸೌತ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಸೌತ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಐ ಮೀನ್ ನಾರ್ದರ್ನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಬರಿಯಲ್, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ದ ಗ್ರೇವ್ ಯಾವ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು? ನಾರ್ತ್ ಸೌತ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಸದರ್ನ್ ರೀಜನ್ಸ್ east west direction. Okay, this burial direction also you should remember. And one of the important distinguishing feature here in burial practices, what we have observed was, during this time we have seen high infant mortality rate, because health and hygiene was not given much importance. Okay, health system had not evolved during this time. So there was also frequent epidemics and malnutrition issues. So infants used to die in early age. So high rates of infant mortality has been seen. Okay, so infant mortality was an important issue during this time period, important health issue during this time, because we have seen many graves with infants buried with those urns. ಆ ಮಡಿಕೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಫಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಇಟ್ಟು ಬರಿ ಮಾಡಿರೋಂಥ ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ಗಳು ತುಂಬಾ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದಾವೆ. ಹೈ ಮಾರ್ಟಾಲಿಟಿ, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಜೋರ್ವೆ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಹೈರಾರ್ಕಿ, ಚೀಫ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಪೀಪಲ್, ಆ ಥರ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇತ್ತು. Understood everything about religious practices, I mean few points about religion and social life and burial practices. Understood this? Okay. So this was all the important features of Chalcolithic period. Have you got good understanding of this? Next, we'll see important key limitations of this Chalcolithic period, and we'll end the Chalcolithic period. We'll start with IVC. Tell me important limitations. You already know it. With respect to copper, copper was a soft metal. Okay, only when it is made into alloy, it will become hard. That can be used for agriculture and for various other purposes. Especially they could make bronze, but they did not know art of the metallurgical knowledge was limited. They did not know art of making alloys out of copper. That is limitation. Next. Huh? Agriculture was subsistence only. Because they used to practice surface level cultivation, deep cultivation irlilla. Why? Without iron or bronze, deep cultivation is not possible. They could possibly scratch only the surface soil and sow the seeds. ಅದರಿಂದ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೋ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೈ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಬ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಕಾಪರ್, ಯು ನೋ ದಟ್ ದೇ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ನೋ ಅಲಾಯ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್. ಅಲಾಯ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಎರಡನೇ subsistence agriculture. Subsistence agriculture, that means commercial agriculture was absent. You know the reason. Hello? Huh? Huh. That was scarcity ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಅವ್ರ ಜೀವನ ನಡೆಸಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸರ್ಪ್ಲಸ್, ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದೇರ್. ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಸೊ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ವಾಸ್ absent. Tell me other limitations. Come on, everybody. Online students, you can also give me some points. ಯಾರು ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಬರಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇಂದ ಏನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ? ಬರಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇಂದ ಏನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ? ಹೈ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ infants and children used to die. High infant mortality, isn't it? High infant mortality rate. Cremation in the that is limitation. ಹೆಂಗಾಗುತ್ತದೆ? ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಇದರಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದೇ ಹೇಳಿ. ಹೆಲ್ತ್, ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೇಷನ್, ಹೈಜೀನ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಅದು ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಅದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಗುಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ಹೇಳಿ, ಹೈ ಇನ್ಫಂಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಟಾಲಿಟಿ ರೇಟ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಏನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ? ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಲೆಸ್, hygiene was not given importance, sanitation was not given importance. Okay, so rural economy. Next, with respect to animals, you can write a point, isn't it? Animals they used to use for meat eating rather than using for different purposes, especially milking, right? Next, Indus Valley civilization alli script ittu. They knew the art of writing. Okay, but Chalcolithic society did not know art of writing. Script irlilla ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, writing irlilla. Hence it was not a literate society. That is also limitation. Absence of art of writing, hence it was not a literate society. Exactly. Even mud bricks adunu bariಬಹುದು. Mud bricks. So they did not know they don't have the knowledge that burnt bricks are much stronger. So evidences of burnt bricks we have observed in IVC later, but that is absent. So comparative weakness ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. IVC ಅಲ್ಲಿ we see burnt bricks. Burnt bricks even ಬೇರೆ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, IVC ಎಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತು ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ. ಈಜಿಪ್ಟ್, ಮೆಸೊಪೊಟೇಮಿಯಾ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಬರ್nt ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸನ್ ಡ್ರೈಡ್ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೋಡಿ, ಲಿಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. Apart from that, environment also fragile, especially Jorve culture, semi-arid regions alitto, right? So hence they were highly dependent on rainfall. Monsoon ಮೇಲೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು. ಯಾವುದೇ ತರ ಇರಿಗೇಷನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. So these were the important limitations. Hope all of you were able to make it out. Online students, any confusions here? Are you all able to understand these points? And will you carry these points to exams?
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಡಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ. I feel like I'm talking to some dead wall. Okay. So we have completed till now Chalcolithic period. I will send you the notes of this. Now, shall we start with the IVC, Indus Valley Civilization? Are you all ready? Okay, Indus Valley Civilization. I'll ask you a question. Why Indus Valley is called a civilization? Why is it a civilization? Hmm? What is the important characteristics of a civilization? When do we call it as a civilization? When do we just call it as a culture? Next Vedic period ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Vedic period ಅಲ್ಲಿ Vedic civilization ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನಲ್ಲ. We simply say Vedic culture. Why do we use the term civilization for Indus Valley civilization? Yes. So yes, there are some important reasons. We can guess easily. It was highly organized society with urban planning. Okay, urbanized society with technological advancements like Bronze Age. Okay, so they had advanced city planning, and they used standardized weights and measures. Trade ಅಲ್ಲಿ standard weights and measurements ittu. And they used burnt bricks and complex drainage system with town planning, proper town planning, road network, trade network. Understanding this. And most importantly, it's a literate society. They knew art of writing. They had their own script. ಅದನ್ನ ಇನ್ನೂ ಡಿಸೈಫರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸೈಫರ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ನೂ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಸೈಫರ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, so because of all these reasons, because of these urban characteristics, and because of the evolved society, evolved technology, and evolved trade, we now can name it as a civilization rather than just a culture. Sit properly. Okay, Indus Valley civilization. So especially such structures we have observed in different cities like Mohenjo-daro and Harappa initially. Later there are many sites. Okay, understanding this? ನೀನು ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗೋ. ನಿಂಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ವಾ? ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಹೇಳಿ ನಿಂಗೆ? Okay, now let us start with Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization, one of the earliest civilizations in the world. Contemporaries include Mesopotamia, Egypt. Later we will also compare Indus Valley civilization and those civilizations. Okay, on various parameters we'll compare those. Ekandre questions bandidave main cell. Okay, contemporary civilizations and Indus Valley civilization comparison questions kuda kelidare. So this is one of the world's earliest and one of the most extensive Bronze Age urban culture. Okay, which flourished roughly between 3300 BC to 1750 BC. 3300 BC in the 1750 BC ವರೆಗೂ ಫ್ಲರಿಶ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. Mature period was between 2500 BC to 1900 BC. That's 600 years. 2500 BC to 1900 BC was the mature period. Okay, there are three phases in ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ there are actually 3 phases in which Indus Valley civilization evolved. Middle phase ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, that is the mature phase. ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನಲ್ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತವೆ ಫಾರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ 500 to 600 years. Okay, thereafter it started declining. Later phase, we'll study all of these phases separately. And this civilization developed across a vast region. It's one of the biggest civilizations, vast region. So can you tell me in which part of the world is it, has it evolved? In which part of India, in which part of the world? Northwest India and Pakistan. Remember it. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿ? Present day Pakistan and Northwest India, ಈ region ಅಲ್ಲಿ. But it was extended as south as Maharashtra. ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ದಯಾಮಾಬಾದ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಜೋರ್ವೆ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಚಾಲ್ಕೋಲಿಥಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಸೈಡ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಇಂಡಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆ ಕಡೆ ಬಲೋಚಿಸ್ತಾನ್ ವರೆಗೂ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಕಡೆ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಅಫ್ಘಾನಿಸ್ತಾನ್, ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಕಡೆ ಗಂಗಾ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ವರ್ಗು. ಗಂಗಾ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟಚ್ ಆಗಿ, ಗಂಗಾ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಫ್ಲರಿಶ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಜನರಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇಂಡಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ನಾರ್ತ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬಂತು. ಇವಾಗ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾರ್ತ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡಿ ಈ ರೀಜನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಡಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಫ್ಲರಿಶ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 6th century BC ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆರಿಟರೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಮಹಾಜನಪದಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನೆನ್ನೆ ರೋಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಈಗ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೆಟಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಜನರಲಿ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಈ ತರ ಇವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಕಡೆಗೆ. ಬ್ರಾಡರ್ ಐಡ್ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಂಡಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಈ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನಾರ್ತ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಎಸ್ ಸೌತ್ ವರ್ಗು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ವರ್ಗು ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಕೋರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು. ಓಕೆ, so this was around 1.3 million square kilometers area, which is a huge area, big area. Okay, so modern day big country. It's one small civilization alla, very vast region, right, encompassing this Pakistan as well as India. And geographically we can say comparatively it is larger than contemporary civilizations. Geographical size nodidaga it is larger than contemporary. Which are those contemporary civilizations? ಮೆಸೊಪೊಟಮಿಯಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಈಜಿಪ್ಟ್. ಸೈಮಲ್ಟೇನಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಇದೇ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ವು. ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಹೇಳಿ? ಮೆಸೊಪೊಟಮಿಯಾ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಈಜಿಪ್ಟ್ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿಕಲ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲಾರ್ಜೆಸ್ಟ್. ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್? ಇಂಡಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಲಾರ್ಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ದ ಕಂಟೆಂಪರರಿ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಸಿವಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ known for its exceptional urban planning. Remember it. Broad viewpoint ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ this civilization is known for urban planning. Okay, full urban society ಇತ್ತು ಅದು, full advanced society, modern society with fashion oriented people. ಆವಾಗಿನ ತಕ್ಕಂಗೆ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಜನರು. ಓಕೆ, and technologically also they were well advanced for that time period, even compared to other civilizations of that time period. Okay, urban, all of these sites were urban places, right? And all of these places had proper road network. Grid system ಇದೆ. Grid system ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ತರ horizontal roads ಇರ್ತಿದ್ವು. They were cut by vertical roads at right angles 90 degree. Proper ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ಸ್ ಗಳು, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್, ಏನೋ ಹೆಸರು ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಓಕೆ, so this was the proper town planning, isn't it? And road ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ there was also drainage, proper drainage network. Okay, we will see drainage network ಯಾವ ತರ ಇತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ. I'm just giving you introduction. You should have that broader picture. First of all, your mind should go to that region. Which region? Northwest India and Pakistan. And then you should imagine so many sites here, so many places in this region, and each of this city was well planned, properly planned, which later, we say that this Indus Valley civilization also has inspired the present day cities and well led grid pattern cities. Okay, the roads cutting 90 degrees to each other, isn't it? Sophisticated water management techniques also have been observed here, especially a city called Dholavira, right? So in Gujarat, Dhalavira, which is known for water management techniques. Okay, and the economy was ये तो होगा नहीं. Okay. Um, ಏನೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ? Water management system, proper sophisticated water management techniques, as well as economy. Now it is surplus based economy, surplus agriculture. Understanding this, and this is the only civilization during that time which used to grow cotton. Okay, along with other crops, and other types of crafts industry was also flourishing. Okay, and trade network was properly developed. International trade was also there. Mesopotamia ಜೊತೆ trade ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಇವರು. Okay, so navy in the sense the sea route was also available, right? We also have seen evidences of dockyard where ships used to get docked for long route trades to Mesopotamia especially. Understanding this, so important monuments also we have seen. Also standardized weights and measures, weight system, weight ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, for weights in trades, and also for measurements there were standards for that. Okay, and also there was a proper script that was developed which has not been deciphered yet. ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಾವು ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, but they had a proper script developed at that time. Okay, due to environmental and climatic factors later this time this civilization got declined. Okay, this was just the outline of Indus Valley civilization. Okay, so just a second. I'm really sorry. I have to end the class now. I got some important work and